is just around the corner, and homeowners are looking to create that outdoor oasis, but it's important to be mindful of the environment and water conservation efforts. So joining us now with some tips to help are experts from Scott's Miracle-Gro, Amy Enfield and Matthew Koch. Good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to have you. Okay, with drought conditions predicted to return, what should people be thinking about as they start prepping their yard, Matthew?
Yeah, so with their lawn, I have three main tips for any homeowner with a lawn. First is to feed their lawn with something like a Scott's Turf Builder lawn food. You can imagine all the benefits that come along with fertilizing your lawn, whether it's a dark green, dense turf, but also you're promoting deep rooting. So that way when drought conditions do arrive, you have deep roots that can access that deep water and deep nutrients. Second tip is to raise your mowing height. What you do to the top happens to the bottom with turf grass. So if you're mowing low, you end up with very shallow roots. So by increasing your mowing height, by raising your mowing height, your mowing deck up, you will promote deep roots and access deep water. And finally, use what Mother Nature gives you. So when it rains, that's a great thing. So if you're someone that does irrigate, you want to time your irrigation cycles between rainfall events so you're not providing too much water. And if you don't want to irrigate, by fertilizing, by raising your mowing height, and by letting your lawn go a little brown and dormant during droughty conditions, that's okay, because when droughty conditions are alleviated, you will see the lawn rebound.
All right, makes sense. How about when it comes to gardening? How can we maintain a living outdoor space while conserving water as well?
It's about making every drop of water we put into those garden beds count. And there's 3 tips to have better success in our garden beds. And the first is to start with good soil. So we want to incorporate organic matter into our soil by using things like Miracle-Gro garden soil. And what that's going to do is going to improve our soil structures so water better infiltrates in whenever we water or that we get rainfall, so that the roots have access to it where they need it. The second is, once our beds are all planted, and if we haven't done so yet, we want to make sure that we're applying a nice thick layer of mulch around all our plants in our landscape beds. Not only does it make the beds look finished and nice for the season, but more importantly, it's going to help hold the moisture in the soil longer so that we don't have to water as frequently and we slow that evaporation from the soil. And third, if we do find ourselves having to water, we want to make sure that we're smart about watering, and that's directing the water to the soil near the roots where they need it. Personally, I like to put soaker hoses in my garden bed and then put the mulch on top of it. Then I can really control where that water goes and keep it near the soil where it's needed.
Awesome. Well, we have mainly desert landscape out here. Do you have any specific advice for our audience here in the Coachella Valley?
So I think the first tip is to make sure you're growing the right thing in the environment. So in your environment, making sure you're dealing with a grass species that is adapted for those conditions is appropriate. Something like a Bermuda grass is perfectly adapted for those dry conditions. Amy?
And similarly, right plant, right place. So looking for those drought-tolerant plants that handle the heat and the drought of your high summers there, but keeping in mind that when you're newly planted, they're going to need more frequent watering to get that root system established before they actually have that drought tolerance.
All right. Yeah, we have lots of succulents out here. Where can we go for more information, guys?
We have lots of great tips, tricks, resources on our website at www.scottsmiraclegro.com.
Perfect. Amy Enfield and Matthew Koch, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.